And what is your CASA story? Why and how did you get involved?
So I got involved in CASA in York County about 2 or 3 years ago. I moved to York County 4 years ago, and I was looking for a way to contribute in the community and get involved. And my kids are grown now, so I felt this was an opportunity for me to connect with kids and use some skills in writing and legal analysis to be involved.
What's something that you have felt really drew you to this organization?
Well, I'm going to start with some, I guess, maybe one of the reasons that I felt that CASA was a way to participate was that it was a combination of caring for people and being involved in the legal system. And I came from a community service position that was very law oriented. So to come to this gave me a chance to bring those two things together. Recently, I was in court and I had a chance to see the way that people, the judge, caseworker, the guardian ad litem, and other people were coming around and supporting this kid. And I also got to hear everyone talk about how when she first came into York County, it was a very difficult situation. And many people talked about it being one of the hardest cases that they had seen. And then here we are just a few months later. And you see all the ways that the pieces are fitting together. And her life is coming together. And you see how much difference it makes. And through all of that chaos, usually there are a lot of actors who change. Caseworkers change, placements change, and that was the case here as well. Lots of people were changing, and I was able to be a person that was the constant through that process. So to see it, to be with that child and see that go from the beginning, and sometimes it falls apart in the middle and then it comes together at the end. So I've had 2 cases, and I'm pleased that in both cases, in the end, there has been a resolution that has been good for the child.
Being able to see how many times have you had to play translator with the legal speak for a kid, knowing, here comes this long list of very big words, and no one's quite sure what they mean. How is that been able to be a translator?
I would say the legal translation I see most often is telling the child's story to the judge. So everybody else has to follow certain rules in their court reports. And as a CASA, I get a chance to tell the judge about the kid and tell the story of the kid and little details so the judge gets to know the kid. So when the judge is reading all of the other legal mumbo jumbo and all these other bureaucratic reports, here's a report in that stack that allows her to see the kid as a person. And that's the legal analysis, the legal translation. That's the legal interpretation that I see most rewarding in the job. So it can be very intimidating to step into the CASA role because you are stepping into a complicated legal system, and these kids are in crisis and you want to do things right. So as a CASA volunteer, I've been so grateful to have the support of CASA staff. So we get intensive training, and then they are also meeting with us once a month and helping us to write the reports. So that is the support that makes the life-changing possible. And that only happens if people are giving to CASA, because staff and the costs money, training costs money. So we're able to change people's lives because other people are making that possible by supporting our staff and our training.